All right, so the Warriors are facing 2 road elimination games just to make the playoffs. The first comes against Sacramento, and that one's tonight. But win or not, you've got no faith that Golden State will win a ring. How far do the Warriors have to make it through this playoff run to run it back next year?
Oh, that's a great question. So let's just play this out. They beat Sacramento, then they beat New Orleans or the Lakers. Then they would be playing OKC. They beat them. If they do all of that, make it round 2 like they did last year, but that includes, upsetting the number 1 seed, then maybe they run it back. If they do all of that and then beat the Clippers or the Mavs in round 2 and make the conference finals, then they definitely run it back. But none of that matters because they're not winning tonight.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
And the Kings, I understand the Kings have not been good since the injuries. I don't dispute that. But the Warriors, after the Warriors beat the Lakers, they had it all sitting out there for them as long as they went 3-0 the rest of the way. They were going to move up to the 7-8. They were in great position to, have 2 chances to win 1. And what they did after that was they played a Portland team that was 2-12 in its previous 14, that was not trying to win games, and that game was tied with 6 minutes left. They escape with a victory and have to play Steph 37 minutes to get it. And then the very next night, they play a New Orleans team and get beat. And now they find themselves as the 10 seed, going to Sacramento, where if you're a Kings fan, winning tonight and eliminating the Warriors would honestly probably be the best moment for your franchise in 20 years. Even if you lose in the next round, the next game. Yeah, and because you get to say, DeMonte, because I think that if the Warriors lose tonight,
this is why we split that team up, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The last game ever with Steph, Klay, and Draymond together could be
and it's
in
another
12
California
hours.
Team. Yeah.
Think about that, man. That is I don't think this has gotten, I shouldn't say enough coverage because it just got set. We just, on Friday, as of Friday evening, we thought the Warriors were going to be in the 7-8 game.
Potential stakes
so there hasn't been
here.
a lot of time. The Warriors are 2.5-point favorites tonight. So they're slight favorites. It's not quite a coin flip according to Vegas, but it's close, right? So there is around a coin flip's chance that the final game that Klay Thompson and Steph Curry ever play together as teammates is in 10 hours.
They're the biggest dynasty.
It's one of the greatest duos ever. Right.
Right.
Yes. One of the greatest dynasties in NBA history are in this order, the Russell Celtics, 11 titles in 13 years. I'm doing this off the top of my head, but I'll get it. The Russell Celtics, eight straight titles, 11 titles in 13 years. They're number 1 with a bullet, right? The second greatest dynasty ever are Jordan's Bulls, 6 titles in 8 years. The third greatest dynasty ever are the Magic and Kareem Lakers, where 5 titles in a decade. And the fourth greatest dynasty ever are the Steph, Klay, Draymond Warriors, where they won 4 rings, went to 6 finals in 8 years. And then rounding out the top 5 would be the Shaq Kobe Lakers, 3 straight titles, 4 finals overall in 5 years. So, the greatest dynasty this league has seen since the 90s, and you could see the final last gasp of it this evening. And by the way, the other layer to that is this. If they get cooked, not if they get cooked, if they lose, and Klay's a free agent and signs elsewhere, what does Steph do? And we've talked about this before, like, does Steph say, and he can do whatever he wants, but does Steph prioritize the best possible chance at winning more championships? Or
goes and plays with LeBron, gives him a lethal shooter.
Yeah. Well, that would be... listen, I don't want LeBron to stay with the Lakers for the rest of his career, and I don't want Steph to stay with the Warriors for the rest of their career. My favorite fantasy scenario is, because the only way Steph and LeBron could ever team up is on, like, neutral ground. Like, Steph's not going to go to LeBron's team, LeBron's not going to go to Steph's team. So the team that makes the most sense, DeMonte, for them to do it is the Charlotte Hornets. And here's why. Steph is from there. His dad played there. Steph gets to do a little homecoming. And LeBron gets to be like, hey, Michael Jordan ran this team for 20 years. Y'all made the playoffs once, and we're a trash franchise. I'll come here at 40 years old and show you what winning basketball looks like. That's a dream scenario, not going to happen. But the point is, what matters the most, Steph? And there's no judgment there. But finishing his career with the Warriors and winning championships are now contradictory ideas. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.